Hi, my name is Carly, and today I'm going to be talking about the NASA Webb's new discovery it made in July. So, the new discovery is that it made a very HD photo of the cosmic cliffs most people know it by, but it's actually just a little tiny fraction of the Carina Nebula, which is this is like in the very top corner of a Carina Nebula, which we'll get to, and the whole presentation is circling around James Webb Telescope and what it can do, and I'm going to talk about a little bit what the cosmic cliffs are and why it's so important about this discovery being made for scientists. So this is the James Webb Telescope. It was made by NASA, and let's go to the next one. So, the James Webb Telescope, let's go into a little bit of that and what that is all about. So, it is the largest telescope in space. It gives human the ability to see the detailed universe invisible to the naked eye, which it is invisible to the naked eye, which we will get to on the next slide. It's mostly about how the universe is expanding and the wavelengths stretch, and we're just unable to see after a certain point of the wavelength stretching. And on July 12th, it's discovered a wide area in the universe that births stars, which is basically the cosmic cliffs and the pressure that it induces, and it creates stars like the sun. So Webb's abilities. The image captured by Webb is called NGC3324. I do not know why they called it that, but it seems very technical. So the Webb uses near-infrared camera and mid-infrared instrument technology, and that it is very complicated, but basically put, the cosmic cliffs radiate color invisible to humans. The colors are infrared, so this means that the wavelengths, like I said earlier, the wavelengths are stretched, which makes, for example, the color red redder than red, so it's invisible to our eye, but it kind of goes in with the red shift, which is when the universe expands, everything moving away is red. So, for example, the opposite is the blue shift, which everything coming closer to you will give off a blue color, while everything moving away is a red color. And this is caused by the wavelength stretching further than red, so our eyes only can see red, so that's what we see. But that's the basic split. The new technology lets scientists learn more about formation of low-mass stars. So these little cliffs, which is called the cosmic cliffs because they look like cliffs, basically. So this bright star is where stars are being made, like at the very edge of these cosmic dust cliffs, and just it helps scientists learn more about it. Let's go on to the next one. What are the cosmic cliffs? I kind of already started that, but before we get into that, let me describe how big this one little picture is of the Carina Nebula, because this is not even the Carina Nebula, it's just one tiny little fraction of it. So it's 16 light years wide. So going this way, where my mouse is, going horizontal, it is 16 light years wide, which I can't even fully comprehend. And it's 7 light years long going vertically. So the cosmic cliffs are called the star nursery because it's where the stars are being made. The picture is known as cosmic nursery because stars are actually being made in the cosmic dust. It is how our star, the sun, was possibly made. So the way it is made is cosmic dust, which is basically the reddish, orangish, powdery stuff, and the ionized gas mixed together and collaborates to make huge amounts of pressure, and that makes a ton of heat, and it forms eventually a star. It kind of can be related to how rocks are formed underneath the crust because the immense of pressure being put on them and how they turn out and metamorphosize. It kind of all links together like that. That's a good example. So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the Carina Nebula is the whole part. The Carina Nebula is the whole thing put together, so the cosmic eclipse is just a very small fraction of the Carina Nebula in its entirety. So just take this picture and take about 1/100th of it, and that is the cosmic eclipse. So it just can tell you how impressive the telescope is by looking at how it can grasp this huge amount of space and then get a very detailed picture of the cosmic eclipse. So the summary of everything I've talked about is on July 12th, Webb made new discovery of the cosmic eclipse in the Carina Nebula. The instruments within the telescope allow humans to see once invisible light. The famous image allows scientists to study the birth of stars more closely than ever before. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and that's one last picture of the cosmic eclipse. Thank you.